Hey everyone, welcome. So excited to be here with you all. We are going to get started on our social selling Sundays. I'm super excited to be here with each and every one of you. If you're excited as well, give me a one in the comments. I know that you're here too. Anyways, so we are going to come together. Let's see, what did I say? The second and the last Sunday of for the next 6 months. So there'll be 12 sessions of these training videos. So I am so excited to share these great tips with all of you. And I know you're excited as well, or you wouldn't be here. All right. So tonight is week 1, and we're going to start on the foundation that everything else builds on. So this is like your meats and potatoes. All right. This training is going to be super, super simple, guys, on purpose. All right. This is not about like doing a whole bunch of stuff or being perfect. All right. It's about understanding how social selling actually works so you can stop guessing. Aren't you excited? So you can, if you're brand new, if you just started, or if you've been here for a while, or any part of your life, wherever you're at in your life right now, you can jump in at any time. All right. So progress is always better than perfection. All right. So let's go ahead and get started and move to our next slide here. All right. So let's talk a little bit about what social selling is and what it's not. All right. So what is it not? It's not cold messaging. That is totally out. All right. It's not links nonstop, which you guys have probably seen a little bit of that, where a lot of social media is now hiding your links, right, when you post. So it's not that. It's not being salesy, which is something that's kind of been a main point of what social selling is not for a very long time. So that's kind of like a reminder. And then copy and paste, right? No more copy and paste. That's totally out. Your voice matters. That's what's going to feed the algorithm. All right. Is you being you and sharing your experiences. And we'll talk more about that here in a minute. But what is social selling? It is conversations, right? It is visibility. We'll talk more about these here in a minute. It's about being consistent, and it's about building relationships. All right. So remember this, people buy because they see you showing up consistently. All right. That is huge. All right. So let's go to our next slide. And we are going to talk about the 3 content buckets. All right, so these are the 3 content buckets that I recommend sharing on social media. So number 1 is lifestyle, where it builds connection. All right, and number 2, these are the type of content that I recommend posting. The next one is value, all right, where you build trust. And the other one is the offer and direction that they will take after they connect with you and build trust with you, and they're ready for the offer. All right, so we're going to talk about each one of these in a little bit more detail, so I can kind of explain each one of those and what I mean by each one for content purposes. Okay, so let's start with the first one, which is family, real life, faith, gratitude, routines, and chaos. People want to know what you're up to. They want to see what you're doing. They want to connect with you. And so it could be anything that you're doing. All right. So this one right here is gratitude. I shared a little bit about my husband and I, and how much he means to me. All right. So anything that's happening in your life, anything with your family, things that aren't going so well, maybe with some of your routines and some of the chaos that you come to daily. All right. So you just really need to be human, be a human, show them what you're doing. All right. So, and then we're going to talk now about value. Okay. So this is our first lifestyle connection, right? This is our first content. All right. So lifestyle, you're connecting. All right. Then the next one is value. This is when they build trust with you. And how they do that is tips and how to's, problem solving, and education. So here's one right here. I'm not even saying like mentioning Tupperware or prices or how to get this for free or anything like that. I'm just showing them how to keep their onions from sprouting. So I am sharing a way to solve a problem here. All right. That's how you build trust. You're just sharing something in their life that you know that they're struggling with, and you have a solution to help them without saying Tupperware, right? So that is what I mean by value and trust. All right. Let's go to our next one, which is the offer and direction. Now, this is sometimes a little hard for people because they're afraid, what do I post? What do I say? And I feel this is probably the hardest part of it all, right? So I'm going to help you here a little bit. Remember the rule, the 80-20 rule. So 80% of that needs to be what we talked about before, the value, the trust, the lifestyle, and then the offer and direction. This is 20% of your content. Okay, so it's okay to post a sale as long as it's 20%. So here's an example. This is one of those rare sales I actually recommend. If you want the link, comment yes, and I will send it your way. So then I just post the pictures of all of our sales that we have right now. And when they comment yes, that gives me permission to message them and talk to them about maybe, placing an order, maybe joining my team or hosting a party and trying to get their wish list for free. All right. So you're just offering clarity. You're not pressuring them into anything. And that's what we do. All right. And we're going to be moving on now. So those are the three content buckets that I want to share with you about social selling and what to post. It's a very simple formula, right? All right. So now let's go to the buying flow. All right. So this is how it works. Okay. So these polls are going to, posts start engagement, number one. All right. Number two, engagement starts with conversations, right? Then number three, conversations happen in the comments or the DMs or your DMs. You see how this is working? So you're posting, asking a question, there's a call to action on it. You start engaging conversation with them on the post, and then then to continue that conversation, it either happens in the comments still, or you can take it to DM, and then the sales will come later. All right. So remember, we are planting seeds, not shaking trees. All right. So remember that. All right. So this all leads up to the party, the sales, the recruiting, things like that. All right. All right. Now let's talk about what your assignment is going to be. You see how simple this is? It's super simple. All right. So this is what my challenge is to you all. All right, so number one, I want to challenge you to post one lifestyle post. So, what do I mean by that? Share something that is real, a moment routine, or a win or a lesson. All right, no product selling, no selling, just you. Just like the post I shared about Mark and I, and that's what did I say? A gratitude post. Yeah, gratitude post. All right, so then I'm going to challenge you to do an offer post. So you're going to clearly invite, don't explain or oversell, comment info, message me, or link in comments. All right. And then the other one, remember, that's the 20%, all right, of your content. And then the other one is your value post. So teach one small thing you know. That was the one I talked about with the onions. All right. I didn't mention Tupperware. I didn't mention that I was using the products or anything like that. So you're going to teach one small thing you know, a tip, a shortcut, or here's what works for me type thing. All right. And then the icing on the cake. It's all about engagement, guys. It's all about making conversations and talking and connecting with people. All right. So comment like a real friend, not love this. All right. I do see a lot of that. And yeah, that isn't going anywhere because it's not genuine, guys. All right. So what is genuine? Asking a question and add value, right? All right. So if you're finding value in this training today, give me a 2 in the comments. I would love to know what you're gaining out of this and what you have learned or what you're going to try next. All right. All right. Let's go to our last one. All right. So let's take note here. You don't have to do everything, just do something consistently. All right. So that's the biggest thing on social media, guys. Just be consistent. When you show up, amazing things will happen. I promise you that. All right. But also remember this, consistency beats perfection. All right. Clarity beats cute. Confidence comes from action. Show up, be real, and use the system. All right, I am cheering you all on. I can't wait till our next training video, which will be, what is it? Yeah, the last Sunday of this month. So look for that. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And I'm cheering you on. Have a great night. Thanks. Bye.